A growing humanitarian crisis at the southern border.
She says at night the children cry because they're hungry and they're cold.
Groups of hundreds hopefully waiting to cross in cities like San Diego, Yuma, El Paso, and Brownsville.
So they're using branches to sleep on top of them.
Women and children sleeping in squalid conditions, some falling ill. In just the last week, more than 60,000 migrants have been apprehended at the U.S.-Mexico border. But since the COVID-era health policy known as Title 42 was lifted on Thursday, the flow has slowed. Just 6,200 crossed on Friday compared to 11,000 the day before.
New rules put in place by the Biden administration will make it harder for asylum seekers to gain entry. They are now required to make an appointment through an app and then go to a port of entry before being processed by CBP. They can no longer arrive at the border wall. She says there's very little space at the processing center. Everybody's cramped together and they had to sleep on the floor.
With shelters at capacity, migrants are rushed to other cities as they wait for a court date. This woman speaking to us hours after her release.
So they have a family member that bought them these flights. ¿Para dónde van? Para New York. They're going to New York. So they have an appointment to go to immigration court in November.
The San Diego airport flooded today with migrants, families with uncertain futures. Those not taking flights are being bused to sanctuary cities like Chicago, Washington, D.C., and New York. Local officials furious at the surprise arrivals.
This is not the way to do things. It's not the way to treat people, too.
More buses arrived just this morning in New York City.
It's an all-hands-on-deck effort.
Officials now scrambling to find room for the new influx of migrants, turning this public school gymnasium into a sheltering site and housing them in hotels. This New York couple's wedding venue now turned into a temporary shelter. They have 1 week to find a new place for all of their guests.
We have family coming from Ireland, England, Canada, Ecuador,
Japan. The ripple effects of a nationwide crisis with no sign of stopping.
And Guad joins us now from the southern border. Guadalupe, how many more migrants are preparing to cross the border?
Well, Jose, this week Mexican officials said the day Title 42 was lifted, the largest groups remained in the border city of Juarez with 10,000 and Matamoros, another border city, with 5,000, all of which intend to cross into the U.S. Jose?
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.